had this idea once that every day, at the end of the day, I would write down exactly how I had felt that day. I would find exactly the right words to describe the complex of feelings and emotions that I had moved through on that day, because I noticed that every day was different. And I tried to do this for about a week or two, and then I realized that what I went through on a day to day basis was so intricate and complex that I couldn't even come up with just one sentence to describe it. I was really remembering this project this week as I came to a place with myself of really recognizing how important it is right now to let every day be different. Normally in our lives, every day is different. You might wake up feeling great one day and wake up the next day not feeling so good at all. But right now, it's like the highs and lows are amplified. The highs are even bigger, the relief that you might feel, sometimes the joy or togetherness, and then the lows are also amplified. And it can feel challenging to get to a place that feels really good and stable to then also feel like the legs were knocked out underneath you, and the next day you don't feel that way at all. But something that has been really helpful for me is remembering that it is natural to have every day be different during this time. And in fact, it's healthy to allow it to be like that. So I remember learning about heart rate variability, which is basically the amount of time between heartbeats. And that a marker of true health is that we can go from one kind of heart rate to another very quickly. So a marker of health means that we can go from sort of a resting heart rate to a more elevated heart rate, and that we have a wide range. So this is actually a marker of a really healthy nervous system, is the variability of how we feel, of our highs and lows. So I remind myself of this, especially when I'm in a moment where I'm feeling self-doubt come up, or just self-judgment around slipping into a state where I'm not feeling so good, or maybe I'm depressed or worried or scared, remembering that it's my ability to flow with the variability that is what is giving me so much resiliency and health. My cat says yes to this. You know, I think right now the image that comes to me is one of a labyrinth. That the purpose of a labyrinth is not to get to the center, it is just to be walking it. And she's coming in to say hi. I do not. And with a labyrinth, we crisscross, right? We go back to the same place that we've been in the labyrinth over and over again, except each time it's different. And so I remind myself of that as, here we go, as I move through my days, that I'm not exactly in the same place I've been if I go into a slump, but I am revisiting similar themes, and it makes sense because all we can do is be in the labyrinth right now. It's not about getting to a particular destination. It's literally about just day after day, one foot in front of the other, walking the path. Because the thing about labyrinths are they're designed to be meditative experiences. And there is a level in which what we are experiencing right now as a collective is designed and has the potential to bring up a lot of possibilities of reflection, of self-awareness, of new ways forward, emergent ways of thinking. But the only way that's going to come through is we're just willing to walk that labyrinth. One thing that I do when I'm having big emotions come up is I say to myself, first I recognize, I give voice to whatever it is. I say I'm feeling anxious, I'm feeling fearful, I'm feeling overwhelmed. And then I come and say to myself, that makes sense. Whatever it is that I'm feeling, I call on a wiser part of myself, a wider part of myself to come and reassure myself that it makes sense. Whatever you're feeling right now, whether it's joy or depression, it makes sense. So if you're having big feelings come up and then you're having the additional stress and pressure of having self-judgment, then it's really important to let yourself know that it makes sense. It really makes sense, whatever it is that you're feeling. So the last thing that I've been doing that's been really helpful for me is I've been flattening the curve of my own precipitous highs and lows, especially the lows, by lowering my expectations of myself. I think all of us are putting a lot of expectations on ourselves right now, whether it's the expectation that you're going to use this time to get really fit and take a workout class every day, or the expectation to make 3 beautiful square meals a day for your family, or the expectation to be in touch with loved ones every single day. Whatever it is that you're placing on yourself as an expectation, that expectation means that when you are in a slump or when you're having a hard time, it can feel like you fall that much further because it feels like you've let yourself down. And the reality is, there's very little we can expect of ourselves right now. There's very little you should expect of yourself right now. As much as possible, reduce the expectations. You just putting one foot in front of the other and walking this labyrinth right now is you are doing the absolute best that you can. So you can flatten your own curve if you're having really big highs and lows by really letting go of some of these expectations of yourself. So as we walk into this weekend, I know this is something I am really keeping in mind for myself, and perhaps you might want to do as well. What expectations can I let go of this weekend so I can really just be in my process of being present and walking this labyrinth? So till next time, dear ones, take care of yourself.